Hello everyone, welcome to Optimal Timelines. I am your guide, Sean Collins, and helping you to connect to your most optimal future timeline. So it's that time again. It's time for the monthly Tarotscope readings for May 2022. And as most of you know, the reason I use the North Node by sign and house as opposed to your sun, moon, or ascendant sign is that it's recognized in astrology. Your North Node is your North Star, the path that you're supposed to take in this lifetime and the lessons you're supposed to learn. So it's much more relevant to your everyday life. If you're unfamiliar with your North Node, there's going to be a link in the description box below that can show you everything you need to know. So let's get started on the readings. This is going to be your monthly Tarotscope reading for the month of May 2022 for everybody with their North Node in Aquarius and or the 11th house. And while I'm connecting to the energies and shuffling, I want to invite you to take a moment to close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, relax. Obviously, if you're doing something you can't close your eyes, that's fine. But just kind of relax into the reading and try to connect in with it and just visualize maybe opening yourself up a bit, okay, while I'm doing this, okay? So I'm going to connect to the energies and we can begin. I call upon my spirit guides and guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. Okay, so the spread on this side of the table represents the first half of the month from the 1st to the 15th, and the spread over here represents from the 16th to the end of the month. So a big theme for you this month in May is bringing your gifts, your personal gifts, to the world, to a wider audience. For the collective, okay? You have the Ace of Pentacles here, okay? And this is, you know, bringing all the gifts that you have, and most of you North Nodes in Aquarius or the 11th house with that Leo South Node or 5th house South Node, you have, many of you, if not most of you, have a lot of talent in possibly more than one area, but at least in one or two areas of life, you do have a talent and a gift. Here's the key. The key is using your gifts to benefit others. That's what's coming up for you big time. Now, this first half of the month, okay, it could be a little rough in the sense that what I'm seeing is a lot of you have been trying to make it in the world, but like you're after success, whether it be in a love, work, money, in a creative endeavor, something that you've been trying for, and it seems like a lot of you, there could be some almost like a frustration, or you're being blocked in some way. So if you're feeling like that, like in other words, where things aren't happening as fast as you'd like, you're not either getting the recognition that you want in the world for something, whatever it is, or it's like almost like a good luck, bad luck thing in a sense. Like you could be feeling a little bit, down this first half of the month. It's like little things. It's like it's like you're pushing, and it's like it seems like you're not getting anywhere. Okay, Wheel of Fortune reversed, Chariot reversed here. Okay, and the key again is that this is definitely not a lifetime for you to go it alone. A lot of you have the ability to be, independent, or to especially like work independently. And a lot of the things you do in the world that are your talents and gifts are basically something where it's like you and that talent and gift, and then you offer it. Okay. Now, the key in this, okay, with the Five of Pentacles reversed, and is to slow down. Your two advice cards for this first half of the month: the Knight of Swords reversed and Ten of Wands. Okay, you're putting too much. It's not you're putting too much pressure on yourself, but it's like you're directing a lot of your energies possibly in a direction that's not going to benefit you. Okay. And so this Knight of Swords reverse is saying, okay, it's like, all right, hold your horses. It's time to go back to the drawing board, and it's time to rethink what it is, you are trying to do. Bottom line is, okay, I have a South Node in the 5th house. Okay. So I'm part of this group. And what I'm feeling with this here is that whatever you are doing in the world, it's like it has to benefit people. So whatever it is, if you're starting a business, if you are an artist, an actor, a musician, whatever it is you're trying to put out into the world creatively, in any sort of field, even in a family situation, okay, it's like looking at what you do benefiting a large number of people on an equal basis. And because these creative gifts you have, go back to past lives where you were someone who was recognized for these. Okay, almost like a rock star in a way. Okay, and they use their talents and they give to people, but it's in a more and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with like being a famous person, famous artist, an actor, a musician or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's like they are being put on a pedestal for those gifts that they have. This is the same type of a situation. However, there's no ego involved. Okay, that's kind of what I'm trying to say here, is that it's like you want to give what you have to the world to benefit everybody equally, and not like just for yourself type of a thing. And when you can figure that out and do that, it's going to be a huge game changer. And so that's what this is about. If you're it's a matter of like rethinking this month what it is you want to do, and you can still do it, but you want to just reframe it in more of a way that is going to be beneficial for everybody around you, the collective, and also your personal circle. Now, the second half of the month too is I'm seeing something regarding relationships, but particularly like romantic relationships. Okay, and there is a challenge that's going to pop up. Okay, and this is part of, and it's linked of the first half of the month. So you naturally are a lover, okay? With that Leo South Node or 5th house South Node, okay, it rules like romance. The 5th house in Leo rules like romance, a huge heart, passion, okay? And what's coming up for this month is you're being told to, when a relationship issue comes up, and it's going to be different for each of you, but when a relationship issue comes up this second half of the month, I want you to, instead of reacting to it, what I'm seeing here, instead of reacting to it passionately and strongly right away, it's saying here, you've got Lover's reverse, but you've got King of Swords and you've got Queen of Swords reversed. It's about approaching the situation of this relationship in a cool-headed, analytical, like calm way. Not shutting off your heart, but really like trying to understand, bringing in a little bit of like mind, intellect energy into the heart energy. And maybe that has to do with maybe seeing the other person's, um, point of view, okay? Or being able to look at a situation from a higher perspective, okay? Like for example, let's go with that rock star analogy that I said a few minutes ago, okay? Let's say that you have and we've all seen the archetype of this, okay? The whole rock star archetype. But let's say backstage something didn't go this artist's way, this rock star's way, and they were given some bad news. And how many times have we seen, in movies, okay, read in stories or whatever, they freak out, they're the artist, they're the rock star, and they freak out over something like, you didn't have any green M&Ms, in the bowl or whatever it is, okay, and then they like flip out, okay? And if they were to look at the situation calmly, but see, they're a rock star, okay? Now, take another person who is super talented, okay, and something doesn't go their way or to plan. The way they could handle it is say, okay, listen to this person's point of view. What you don't understand, like, um, blah blah blah, the M&M factory burnt down or whatever it was, you know and they could sit there calmly and like they're basically seeing from the other person's point of view, type of a thing. And so in relationships, that's how that can work out, where we could get triggered with something, but and it could like kind of maybe ding our ego in some way, but then we kind of stand back and say, I'm going to see from like a different perspective. Your two advice cards, you have the Hangman reverse and you've got the Moon reversed, okay? And it's, in the darkness, you could say like, just like you have yin, yang, feminine, masculine energies, okay? Masculine, the sun, daytime, feminine, the moon, nighttime, okay? We need both in balance, okay? But what it is that things look very different in the light of day. So when you are dealing with a relationship issue, okay, when you take that maybe higher perspective, you're thinking of like you've heard this expression, most of you have probably heard this, let's shine a light on it, okay? It's like the midday sun, okay, coming up. And so you can do that when you're in an issue, there's a relationship issue. You can look at it from that like daylight perspective and really like it's like a higher mind type of a thing, okay? And too much of that's not good, okay? To obviously, people that have like a south node in Aquarius or the 11th house, it could be the opposite problem, where they need to calm that yang energy down and need to really kind of get more into their emotions, okay, and their passions, okay? But for you in this lifetime, that's what this is. And so this situation, however it comes up, think of as an opportunity to practice seeing things from that higher or daytime perspective. And when you do that, you're going to see that things will work out like a lot better. These energies will start to really turn around as you can start to reframe things and think of it as like, okay, you know, I'm going to see things from a different perspective, from other people's perspective. I can still have an opinion. I can still have my, you know, passions and my, you know, exuberance and things that I want to do in my life. But I can also see it from a different perspective. And then that's what, you know, when you're helping the collective, whether that be the collective could be two people in a relationship, or it could be, you know, 200 people in a company. Okay. So, yeah, that's what's going on this month. Remember, it's just very transformative time. We're in the eclipse season here. And so a lot of things are like, you know, transforming. You have been working on this, I can see, and this is like an ongoing process. Just remember, the gifts you have, offer them to the world without the need for praise, but just to give them to the world. And ultimately, you will get praised and you will get your rewards back when you offer it freely like that. So anyway, I hope this reading was helpful to you and you found some value in it. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, if you'd like a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below where you can get some more information. And reach out with a comment if you'd like, just to say hi. It helps the algorithms, and would love to hear from you. And again, thanks so much for watching. Have a great month. We'll see you again on some more videos. Many blessings.